What's going on, folks? Hopefully you guys can all hear me. You guys all doing all right out there? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hope you guys. Hey, I didn't ask you to start playing music. Anyway, What's going on, folks? Your boy is back. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? If you did, it's because you didn't know about my MRM ministry channel while I was still doing a little bit of something over there. Anyway, welcome to the channel, folks. This is my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. If you are a first-time visitor, give an idea what my channel is all about, all right? Get an idea of what my channel is all about by going onto my channel, click on playlists, look at all the different things I do on my channel. And if you are someone has been following me for some time, I want you to double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. And as you can see, my channel is back up right now, but a lot of people don't know it, and YouTube is definitely not going to let them know. And just like it was before, you guys are not being notified of me being live, right? All right, so appreciate you guys all being here. Guys, if you do not know, this story is kind of making its way around the nation right now. And the reason why is because I don't know which number of human beings, when it comes to having a title as a rapper, that have been killed thus far. So you guys all saw my thumbnail there. You can look this story up if you want to, but I've been on so many panels and I've talked so much about this. It's really sad. So it's a rapper. Okay, goes by the name of Takeoff. And they are part of a really, really big group from the group Migos. And, they kind of branched off. But anyway, this consists of pretty much a lot of family. So Takeoff is from Hotlanta, the ATL, Atlanta. Very known, very well-known rapper there. But what happened is that, according to a lot of sources, he was at a place where there was some gambling going on. Okay. And young man, 28 years old, man, it's crazy. 28-year-old rapper whose real name was Kersnick Kari Ball. He was shot dead Tuesday outside the front door of a Houston bowling alley. Houston Police Chief Finner confirmed in the press conference. Takeoff was at a private party with fellow Migos rapper Quavo when an altercation broke out and he was hit by a bullet. Quavo, 31, was not injured in the incident. Reports of Takeoff death began to surface early morning on Tuesday after the Houston police reported that a victim was found deceased at the scene. Later that day, the Houston Police Department held a press conference where they confirmed Takeoff's death and details about the shooting. If you go on to TMZ, you will be able to find the videos, and I'm not going to show it here because the way the YouTube is being with me right now, I'm not even going to mess around with that. So anyway, you can find that on TMZ and you can see the footage. You don't get to see everything clear, but you do see what started the fight, how it ended up pretty much escalating, and then you get to hear the gunshots ring out, etc. You get to see them actually trying to carry his body, not knowing he was dead. Somebody had their hands on the back of his head. All kind of conspiracy stories are going out there. Not saying that they're wrong, but all kind of people think that he was set up. People think that it was on purpose. People think that no matter what would happen that night, there was going to be some shape, form, of fashion of violence, et cetera, et cetera. But a lot of sources are specifically saying that Takeoff was not even involved in the fights that was going on. He was kind of standing off to the side, kind of keep it to himself, and just happened to get caught in the crossfires. Do not know, but I'm just telling you guys that's what I'm rolling with. Now, this is not going to be that long of a video because, ladies and gentlemen, if you come from a particular type of background and lifestyle, and I'm just telling you straight up, coming from where I came from, my family will tell you, when I got away from that, you really couldn't even find me coming back to my city. You couldn't find me coming back hardly ever. I mean, when I went off to go to college and better my life, yes, I completely cut ties big time with a lot of family. I'm not talking about like close family, my mom, my brothers, or something like that. But even to an extent, that might have been something like that too with brothers. We didn't grow up being the closest, but that's another story right there. My point is, as far as cutting ties, I cut ties with some friends. I cut ties with some family as far as cousins go. But like I said, me and my brothers, and we stayed in contact every now and then. It's just when you get older, you get grown, depending on how you are, brothers. If we talk once a month, we're good. Okay, that's how we are. So my point in saying that is that when I got away and started bettering myself, there was no way that I was going to go back to my hometown. Now, some of you might sit there and look at this and think to yourself, like, dude, like that's kind of messed up. No, it's not. You got to understand something. When you come out of the hood, when you come out of the hood like I did, and you're doing something better with your life, you are going to have two type of people back in the city. You're going to have those that are going to be really jealous about what you did, and they will find any shape, form, or fashion to want to start some heat with you, start some smoke. You got others that when you come back home, they want to embrace you. They're happy, and literally what they want to do is take you out to a club and buy you a few drinks, catch up, et cetera, et cetera. Right? The issue with that though is that again, you're taking a high chance of running into and getting into some beef that has nothing to do with you. I'll give you an example. My junior year, I did go back home. I think it might have been Thanksgiving. One of my brothers, he was living in another state, and figured that if he's going back into Illinois, y'all know where Illinois. If he's going back into Illinois, then I'm gonna go back, and see him because I ain't seen him in a long time. So we meet up, whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over to such and such." They say, some of our other cousins were over at this particular club area too. So we go over to this club area, and of course, there were people that were in town that just was blown out of their minds that they saw me. Let's be real. They was, nigga, I ain't seen you in 3 years, man. You went off to college, you doing your thing, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. This nigga, da 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 da. And then you hear they start saying things like, "Hey, this T right here, man. This the guy we was telling y'all about. This that nigga, he off in college right now. He da da da." I'm like, hey, pump the brakes, bro. Don't say too much. Don't. So then, buddies came up of mine who I grew up with in the hood that was in the same club. They came up and were like, "Hey, what you sipping on?" In other words, what you drinking? I'm not drinking anything. One of the guys I grew up with too in the hood, he came up, shook my hand, we hugged, we chatted up a little bit. He was like, "Man, I'm glad you out there doing your thing, man, da da da." But then he said something to me. He said, "All right, man, I'm gonna go on the whole other side of the club, all right?" He said, "Because I got some heat with some niggas in here." That's respect right there. So what he was telling me is he getting ready. He said, he said, "Hey, I got to get ready to go over here." He went on the whole other side of the club. He said, "Because I got some heat with some niggas in here," is what he told me. So in other words, he didn't want me getting caught up in none of the stuff that might have been coming his way. I could have been an innocent bystander should something have popped off, right? And when he said that, I was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and go, bye, go." He was like, "All right, man, I said, no, stop talking, go." Seriously, bro, go ahead, go. I don't even want them to think that me and you were even associating like that. He was like, "Okay, but hey, I'm gonna hit you up, da 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 da." Okay, he went over there, did his thing. Anyway, it was cool that he did that, but at the same time, I'm just being honest. The type of family that I come from, I had maybe 15 to 20 cousins. Give me 1 second. I had maybe 15 to 20 some cousins that was in there, but it does not matter. It does not matter. The fact that he respected it enough to go on the other side of the club. So now, this same day though, as the club was getting ready to close down, my brother, we all got in the car, cousins got in the cars, whatever like that. Before I got in the car, there was a guy there that I grew up with that we were real close, and he know who he is if he's watching. You have a heart condition. You know who I'm talking about. Your name is literally engraved with your heart. Okay. He knows who I'm talking about. Anyway, he said to me, he said, "Man, I'm so glad to see you, man." He said, "You actually are doing things right." He said, "But I only have one issue with you." I'm like, "Man, what's up?" He said, "You here?" I said, "I hear you." And I said, "I'm about to get out of here and I will not be coming back." He said, "Please don't." You see what I'm saying? That right there is love. That's love. He said, "I got one issue with you." He said, "My issue that I have with you is the fact that you are here in the city, in the hood, at the club." Now, at this club, ladies and gentlemen, nothing went down. Nothing happened. It was nice, smooth selling. People were grown folks getting their grown folk stuff on, right? That was the one time in all my years going through college that I went back home and went out somewhere like that. If I was to go home, I went only to my mother house, to the pastor I grew up with house, maybe visit a church. That was it. I didn't go over any of my cousins' houses. I didn't even go over any of my brother's houses just because of that reason. Okay, Ty, what are you saying all that for? All I'm saying is this. If you are watching this video and you are on, y'all know what I'm talking about, rappers, whatever. If you are on, you got some change in your pocket right now. The worst thing that you can do is go back to your hood. Now, I tell people all the time, I can go back to the hood I grew up in, right? It's a whole different flavor of folks that's there. Matter of fact, the reason why I can go back to the hood that I came up in is because generations of folks that I grew up with, they still live there. The people that I grew up with, my buddies that I grew up with in the hood, they live there with their children still in the hood. So that's what I'm saying. But what you're not going to catch me doing is going with a buddy of mine to somebody else's hood or anything like that. So what am I saying this all for, ladies and gentlemen? To me, I think that what happened in this situation could have completely been prevented, but you get this pressure from the streets like they did. They tried to do me. You get this pressure from the streets to come back to the streets, to visit the streets. You know what I'm saying? You get that pressure to try to want to prove to them that I'm still hood. I'm still that nigga. You know, you get pressure now. I'm not talking about me because I didn't get no pressure. I didn't care what nobody. Y'all see how I am with my attitude. I don't care and didn't care what anybody thought about me. But I do understand you still want to show that you can shoot some dice. You still want to show that you can play some tongue. You still want to show that you can play some crazy eight. You still want to show that you can play some dominoes. You know what I'm saying? You still want to show that you can shoot, you can snap those craps. You can still shoot craps, right? So I get that. But my point is that I wish that he would have been surrounded by people that when you get into that aspect of life to where you got hundreds and thousands and possibly millions of dollars coming in as a stream of income, it's time to surround yourself by people who can maintain that income. What am I talking about? I know, my mic keeps on cutting out here. What am I talking about? Whenever this guy, Takeoff, got with his buddies and his cousin, I think that's his cousin or uncle, don't quote me on this, Quavo, they went to go gamble. They were shooting. Now, when I say gamble, we're not talking about a casino, folks. We talking about a bunch of black dudes, and we just being honest. It might have been some other races there, but a bunch of niggas together, and they sitting up there shooting dice, shooting craps, right? The issue that I had was that is why would I have my wealthy self up here shooting dice with some possible 10,000 heirs? You know what I'm saying? 20,000 heirs, 30,000 heirs, 50,000 heirs, 60. I don't care who it is. The fact that if I'm rich, why am I going to be surrounding myself and going to shoot some craps with some low income compared to my income dudes? Why would I do that? Not only that, the whole purpose of what we claim about getting out of the hood and what we claim about getting on. Now, seeing that when you come from the black community, not just black, wherever you grew up at, when we talk about getting out of the hood and getting on, we're talking about getting our money. We're talking about becoming a certain status when it comes to finances. We're talking about getting out of the predicament that we are in. We're talking about not living with roaches and rats and stuff like that. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about not living in the projects. We're talking about not living in the hood. We're talking about not living in these broke down apartments and stuff. We're talking about not living in homes that's next door to abandoned homes. We're talking about not living around where there's no grass. We're talking about getting on, right? That's what we're talking about when you hear somebody say that I'm trying to get on. The issue, though, that I have with that, ladies and gentlemen, is this. And I know this is getting on my nerves. This mic is getting on my nerves. The issue that I have with it all in all is it could have been prevented. Right now, I would not go and play any of the games that I played when I was in the hood with hood folks right now. Why would I do that? Now, don't get me wrong. From according to sources, Takeoff had nothing to do with them gambling. Matter of fact, he wasn't even involved in it. But when you do get out of the hood, to the ones that might become something one day and you trying to get out of the hood, some of the ones I mentor, you already know what I'm telling y'all. Y'all already know what I'm saying to you right now is straight up. When you get out of the hood, you do not go back at all. The point of getting out of the hood to get on is to financially secure yourself. Once you secure yourself, you don't surround yourself with niggas that are not securing their finances. Remember, we were all struggling together. So why would I surround myself with brothers that's still down there struggling? I broke away from it. I surrounded myself with people who knows how to keep that wealth, who knows how to continuously build that wealth. Now, why would I go surround myself with the hood mentality that I came out of when they are still there? I've been up and on my life and doing well for a long time. Why would I go and take advice? Why would I go and surround myself? Why would I go and be put in predicament with anybody like that I know what type of life that was about? I survived it. Every day you walking around getting through the hood life in survival mode. Now that you get away from that, why would I want to go and put myself in a predicament where I got to turn on my instincts again? I kid y'all not. Every time I drive back to Chicago, I mean, it's such almost like a spiritual experience. The minute I'm coming into Chicago and I start to see the Sears Tower, I'm still calling it the Sears Tower. The minute we come into Chicago, all of a sudden, my wife, even she'll look at me and like, oh, there you go. Because all of a sudden I perk up and I make sure my heat is with me, my pipe is with me, or pipes are with me. And all of a sudden I'm in alert mode, right? Even though I'm not going nowhere near the hood, even though I'm not going nowhere where I grew up at or where we were raised at and going nowhere at all like that whatsoever, I still end up perking up. The instincts start to kick in. All of a sudden I'm on high alert, looking out for everything. I don't care if the person coming to my car trying to sell flowers. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I do not care. But what I'm saying is the fact that I even have to go into that mode, the fact that I have to even turn those instincts on is already troubling, right? So what I'm saying is this. These rappers, I understand that you're trying to still feel that feeling of being part of the hood. You know, you're still trying to have that thing of, hey, although I'm still up here, I care for my people in the hood. But here's the deal. What you got to understand, you can care for them from afar, but you don't have to go there and get involved with them, hang out with anything. I don't care who it is. Now, Quavo, I think he was part of the Migos rapping crew too. But my point is, why would you go and surround yourself in those elements like that, man? It's really easy, ladies and gentlemen. You can just say no. If they want to call you a sellout dude, so be it. The whole point of breaking out is so I don't come back here. Now you become a voice for the people in the hood. You know, I get out of the hood and I'm doing my thing in the medical field and everything like that, directing and everything. I can actually sit there and spit to the folks that's in the hood, telling them how they can get up here and get on like I did, even though I came from that. But what you're not going to see me do is going down there and hanging out with them just to show proof, like, yeah, man, I still got it, man. You know, I'm still about that hood life. You know what I'm saying? I still can throw those hands. I don't have to prove any of that. I proved it when I was there. Away from that stuff now. So to me, anytime you have any of these rappers that's part of a label, anytime you have any of these guys that's broken away, I don't care who you are. Anytime you are someone you broke away from the hood, you got your degree in something, you got a career going, you got a family and all those different things like that. If you have any of that going, you cannot go back. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my best friend that I grew up with, that I spent the night over at his house. He spent the night over our house. We just the best buds. We did all these great things together in our childhood. If he says, bro, you need to come back here and kick it with me sometime, absolutely 100% not. What you can do, we can go meet somewhere outside of the city limits where there ain't gonna be no heat. We're not meeting anywhere where it's gonna have any type of thug, black, hood life related to it whatsoever. And some of you say, well, man, the bowling alley doesn't know, bro. Depending on where you grew up at, dude, the bowling alley is an absolute attraction for a lot of bros to hang out. In the city of Chicago, certain areas, I'm not going to name it, and in Decatur, Illinois, which the bowling alley is shut down now, but y'all know that the spare time lanes was a spot that bros just hung out at. Some people were there bowling, but it served no other purpose than a glorified club with recreational bowling going on. That's what a lot of those bowling alleys were. Plain and simple. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm saying, going there just so I can look like a certain type of status or anything like that, I'm not going to do it. I know guys that went off to school just like I did. They came back to the city, came back to the hood, got caught up in some mess, lost their scholarships. I know guys that came back home, went to the club with their guys. Their guys got in a fight. And since they grew up with one of their guys, they're not going to let their guy, that's street law right there. Don't let your boy sit there and get jumped. You jumping in it. You know what I'm saying? So now you get in a fight. Your name gets out, you get arrested. Oh, such and such of such and such university. Da 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 da. That university said, you know what? Your scholarship is cut off. I know guys like that right now, plenty of them. And I learned from that. I'm not going back there because guys, I mean, let's face it. You know, you got a relationship with some of these guys you grew up with as kids. Y'all had each other's back. You go off and you trying to do something better. You come back and he's caught up in some stuff. You're not gonna sit there and let him get jumped. You're gonna help defend your friend. But the point is, what if you didn't get put into that predicament whatsoever? What if you never even went and your friend got, I mean, trust me, while in school, a lot of my buddies that I grew up in the hood, they did get in fights. They did go to jail. They did get jumped. But the fact that I was not there, I didn't have to worry about being a part of it. It's really easy. So anyway, no, this happened in North Star. This happened in Houston. This happened over in Houston. But yeah, where this happened there. But you guys can go look the story up. It's really sad because these guys, you know, when they go out and become these big rappers, the mistake that a lot of them make is keep on going back there. If I'm a rapper and I'm of a certain status, I'm going to go ask the rappers that are surviving right now. I mean, I would try to get a hold of Snoop. You know what I mean? I would have tried to get a hold of Snoop Dogg. I would have tried to get a hold of 50 Cent. I would have tried to get a hold of any rapper that is surviving right now. And I guarantee you 50 Cent them, they'll get up there and they'll do their stuff. They have, look, 50 Cent them, you notice if 50 Cent them have their folks come to where he is. You come to my mansion, Snoop. No, you come to where I am. I'm going to open up to where we come or we're going to meet somewhere. But what you're not finding is 50 Cent and Snoop, some of these other Lil Wayne, them, you're not finding them going back there. They know it. You got some brothers that's jealous of you, man. They just find a reason to pop off on something, man. So anyway, folks, again, rest in peace to Takeoff. This is going to be devastating for his mom. But as far as the black community, what's new? Let's get real. Let's get real. What's new? What's new, black people? If you're watching this right now, what's new? It ain't nothing new. And this is not to throw no hate towards Takeoff. I said my condolences to him, his family. This is sad. I get that. This is not going to change nothing. This is absolutely what our culture embraces. I played a video today in my shorts. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all like, what you did? What in your shorts? No. In my YouTube channel, you know the shorts, they show the short little videos. I posted a video of some dudes out there shooting a video in Chicago. Drive-by happens right there on the spot on the video. And I'm just saying, this is all too familiar. You see what I'm saying? This is all too familiar. I got cousins right now that's trying, they rap. Hey man, you should come there, man. I just want you to stand off to the side and just, you know, my point. I actually talked about you in my rap video, or I'm talking about you in my rap, man. I'm saying things like, you know, some, and all y'all can hate it, but I got a cousin Ty, man. Look at him, he made it. And during that part, I just want you just to go like this and just smile. I'm not being a part of the video. I said, you know what, you can show a picture of me, but I'm not about to come there. No, absolutely not. The reason why I'm saying this is that black folks, we're not tired of this. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't know nothing about Takeoff at all whatsoever. I haven't heard one song. But what I'm saying, we are not tired of this. We glorify this. We live for this. You know what I'm saying? We praise this lifestyle. We praise that culture of murder. You know what I'm saying? We are like the only ones on not planet Earth, but we seem to be the only ones in the United States right now that we glorify killing each other. I'm not talking about glorify killing people, period. I'm talking about glorify killing each other blacks. We glorify that stuff. We glorify risks. We glorify getting into a situation where we almost get killed. I remember growing up and there was drive-bys that happened. For some odd reason that didn't happen, I guess because you pumped up with adrenaline. We all used to like, whoa, no, that's crazy, bro. They just drove. Hey, bro, you see how I dove on the ground? Bro, hey, I was behind a tree. Oh, no, bro, I ran and got under that lady's porch, bro. Oh, man, I ran behind those brick staircases she had, man. Hey, where's such that? Oh, bro, he all the way down the street. Oh, that's crazy, man. Hey, that was... Then you got street stuff. Oh, hey, dude, hey, he busting that folks, man. Hey, dude ain't crazy. Hey, dude ain't... Hey. He letting that pipe ride, man. Hey, dude firing off on people. He letting it pop off, man. Hey, Chubb ain't no joke. Hey, man. Hey, Chubby ain't no joke, man. Hey, T-Mac ain't no joke, man. Hey, look, hey, CeeLo ain't no joke, man. Hey, they busting, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Then we got music that actually glorifies that as well. And we forget that these rappers, a lot of big-time mainstream rappers, when they're up there doing their videos, they are acting. They are portraying. But then there's a legit lifestyle that's like that. And it catches up with people. We're not tired of that, man. Black folks, we not tired of this. I mean, we just all we gonna be is we just gonna keep on being articles for the news. That's all we gonna be. We are going to continuously be articles for the news. This won't be the last rapper to probably get killed or shot. It won't be the last black person where there's black on black crime. It won't be the last person to get killed over some stupid freaking dice game. But they said it was more to it. It was over a basketball, whatever the case may be. But it does not matter. It does not matter. This is us right now. We are accepting it, black people. We are accepting having stray bullets hit our kids. We are accepting drive-bys. We are accepting glorifying that lifestyle of wanting to kill each other. And then when it happens, why are we all acting like, oh man, this is just such a tragedy? Like I said, I'm saying that in a rhetorical way because this is absolutely devastating. I don't care who it is from. I don't differentiate between Takeoff and somebody that got killed in Chicago last night. I don't differentiate between two. Both losses is absolutely detrimental. My point is, it's not detrimental enough because we are not doing anything about it. I'm talking about black people. We are not doing anything about it. Who do you want to come and help this situation? Who, the government? No, because the government is letting you niggas do it to yourselves. They letting you do it to yourselves. The industry, they letting you do it to yourself. Name some positive rappers out there right now that rap about some real stuff. They're not rapping about the gangster life. They're not rapping about popping a nigga, shooting a nigga, smashing girls, smashing hoes. I got 15 this, I got 15 that. Show me a female rapper, a female pop artist right now, female rapper, better yet, that she out there and she's actually positively rapping. You don't have nobody like MC Light who rapping about the streets, rapping about that life, who ain't out there exploiting her body, talking about lick this, suck this, eat this, beat this, drink this, swallow this. Are they out there? No. And now, because the fact that we know that they're not, we have to ask the question, why? Who is allowing this stuff to keep on being pushed through the industry? And whoever it is that's allowing this stuff to be pushed through the industry, that's who we need to be talking to. That's who we need to be targeting. But they don't want that. Keep on letting these Negroes push their music out there. Please keep letting these Negroes glorify their street life. Keep on letting these Negroes glorify their thug life. Keep on letting them glorify pistol whipping somebody, shoot somebody. Keep on letting them glorify and having many holes. Keep on letting them glorify doing this. Matter of fact, they got a stupid rap girl out there to sit there talking about she got murder on her mind with aborting babies. Keep letting them Negroes do that. Let them kill themselves off so we can actually have a utopian world where we got rid of all these crazy black folks who are nothing more than wild animals, and we wish that they was back in slavery, if not back in Africa. Let's be real. Find any other group of people in America right now that's doing it to the scale that we're doing it. I'll wait. Oh man, white people kill white people too. Don't get out of here with that dumb argument. We know white people kill white people. We know Asians kill Asians. We know Indians kill Indians. We know all that. But what I'm saying to you, show me one culture of people in America right now that's doing it to the extent that we're doing it. Show me one people live in America. Show me a culture of people in America right now that's glorifying killing and murder and stuff like we do. Show me a group of people in America right now besides black people who are rapping, who are singing, who are glorifying all things in their music about that lifestyle. They're dressing that way. You don't see it, do you? You don't see it. It's only in us. And then if we do happen to do something outside of that, you're going to get a little smack in the hand. Hey, that's not for you. You want me to give you an example? Boy. What was the name of what's the name of that guy? That dark black dude that sang Old Town Road? What's his name? Lil Nas X. Oh, so yeah, so Lil Nas X. Look what happened. Look what happened when he stepped out and did something that wasn't expected of him. Look out when he did. I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride like I can't no more. I got my horses there in the back. Boy, the country music put that dude at the top of the charts until they found out that Negro was black. Y'all, I'm just telling you. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. That song was topping the charts on the country music billboards till they found out that Negro was black. Oh, pump the brakes a little bit. Let's give that thing to Billy Ray Cyrus. Let's not let no, man. I'm not calling, look, folks, don't even go there. I'm not saying racist or anything like that. I'm talking about the culture that they wanted him to project. You can't be black looking like that and projecting no dang on time. There's country singers out there. I do reaction videos. I know about Charlie Pride. I know about Ruckus. I know about Only Wanna Be With You. Yeah, I know about those different country singers. I know about Big Nate. I know about these guys. My point is, when you had somebody that's supposed to be about the hip hop culture that crossed over and did some little country, ooh, wait, we don't want that now. You can't be talking about taking a horse to the Old Town Road. You better say you better say something like you better take your Bugatti to the freeway and ride like you can't no more. You can't be talking about no horses. No niggas ride no horses. They didn't want that. See what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? They don't want him to push nothing like that. You're gonna find things like in country music, as I'm so thankful I've done, guys. Rock and roll. We got dudes we grew up in. Look, in the hood, we thought that rock and roll was crazy. We thought, like, man, these folks are. We like, man, these folks crazy. But guess what? You don't see no rock bands going out there and masking each other like we do. You don't see no rock bands of white people going out and doing things like we doing it. You know what I'm saying? So we can say what you want to. That's what I'm saying. We would sit there and criticize rock. I ain't listening to no rock music, man. Those people crazy. All they do is scream. Yeah, man, I'm not listening to no country lame old music, man. I'm not about to sit there and listen to When I Was a Boy, My Daddy. See, they don't want to hear them stories because they didn't have a daddy. When I was a boy, my grandma. Oh yeah, I got a grandma, man, but she raised me because you know what I'm saying? My point in saying all that is that you don't see a lot of these groups that we thought was often weird. You don't see them going out there and doing anything remotely close to what we doing. I have not heard about nobody. Well, you know, there was a country singer. He died over shooting some dice. Oh, there was a rock band out there. They died over shooting some dice. Oh, there was a rock band. They died at a bowling alley because of some beef with the other rock group. Well, one rock group looked at the other dude and said, my tongue longer than yours. And because he embarrassed the dude pulled out a guitar and decapitated him with it because his guitar had some blades on the back. You see what I'm saying? But us, oh yeah, keep on letting them Negroes play violent music. Keep on letting those Negroes talk about bees and hoes. You know what we got going on right now? It doesn't matter because you know what? They're killing their babies anyway. Just give us some time. The Latinos, you know what I'm saying? The Mexicans, they're going to be the ones that are going to be a bigger group of people than those Negroes right there. It does not matter because at least the Latinos, they work. At least the Latinos, they're about keeping their family together. We can't really convince too many Latinos to kill their babies because they definitely want a lot of family. But those Negroes, oh, that's a violent people right there. Let them keep killing themselves. Let them keep killing their babies. Let them keep on putting this, what it's called, gangster rap music out there that glorifies killing because guess what? These dumb Negroes actually goes out there and they emulate that life. Yeah, keep on letting them do it. But our problem is the white man. Oh, we oppressed. We an oppressed people. We can't get ahead. The white man holding us down. We can't even get jobs. You know what I'm saying? Our math and reading and writing, that's racist too. We don't want to do none of that. But then we're going to complain about getting a job. But the job requires you to read. The job most likely requires you to write or type. The job requires you to be able to have to do math. But then doing those things are racist. So I should be able to get the job. Come on, man. But that's our biggest threat. I don't see anybody on here right now. I don't have and I'm not saying that they don't exist. I don't see any statistics out there right now where you see that black folks are committing suicide and killing themselves because they can't get a job. I don't see no reports or anything out there, no research, no statistics that show anything about black people are committing suicide because they got turned down on a job. I don't see any statistics or research or anything out there about black folks committing suicide because they felt white people were holding them down. I don't see any black folks committing suicide because there's something called Ku Klux Klan. I don't see black people committing suicide because there's some type of white supremacy out there. I don't see black people committing suicide because they feel or think and suspect that a white person is racist. I don't see nobody committing suicide over that. Do you? No. It's so detrimental. It's so oppressive that we just killing ourselves. We just committing suicide because it's so oppressive. We're just so oppressed. We can't take this world no more. No. What you see going on in the black culture right there is a result of black people, period. If you come from a single parent home, your mother made bad decisions. Plain and simple. That's it. We're not talking, it's not always the case. We're not talking about always the case. I know that there are some black women who were married to a man maybe 3, 4, 5 years and they got divorced. He left her or whatever the case may be. If he left her, she gets with the kid. If he tries to actually co-parent, she still gets the kid. So then she can go around saying I'm a single mom. You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about here? The danger to black people is black people. And that spiritual influence to black people is the culture itself. It's the culture we create. It's the culture we praise. It's a culture we don't want to let go of. It's so freaking ingrained and infiltrated within the black community that if you speak out against it like I'm doing right now, you about to get labeled a hater. But call me a hater all you want to. I do not care. Call me what you want to. But it's the truth. Anyway, folks, appreciate you guys all being in here. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. I am back right now, and there will be some reaction videos that's going to be going on tonight that I pre-recorded. So I'll see you guys over there. I might do a little bit more tonight, but we shall see. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get ready to go hit the gym, and I will be right back, okay? I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.